Hello everyone, I'm Freaky. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Death Battles, Aang versus Edward Elric. So if you guys haven't seen this video, please go watch that video first. Watch that, come back, watch this. So let's continue. Okay, now when it comes to like this series, there is a confession I have to make. Ages ago I made some videos about Fullmetal Alchemist, and the thing is, I haven't actually seen the series. I mean, I've only ever read the comic books, and to be honest. It was the search that actually made me fall in love with a character named Azula. Okay, not like in a literal sense, like, oh, I fell in love with, romance, but more like, I just love her story. I love the fact that you have this like, very complicated situation when it comes to Azula, because the thing is, okay, if you're an Avatar fan, you know what it's all about. But my first interaction with the series is actually through the comics, and it was through the comics that I actually liked the character of Azula. And okay, I'm not gonna go into that, but there are like videos I made like ages ago. If you want to go and check out those videos and see what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm saying. So I do know a little bit about like Aang and all that stuff, but I haven't actually watched the series. I mean, even though I've got like the series around here somewhere, it's over here somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's right over here. I've got the whole series. Okay, I mean I haven't got like Legend of Korra, because I mean I'm not getting that. If it hasn't got Zulu in it, I'm not watching it. But anyways, yeah, I am waiting for like a conclusion when it comes to Avatar, because I want to know what happens to Azula when it comes to her journey, because I mean she's like okay, became one of my favorite characters when I started watching reading the comics. So I know what happens to her like at the end of the series, because she has that like mental breakdown thing, and it really like upsets me when she was like that. But when it comes to the comics, I mean I just love like the story when it comes to Azula in those comics. So yeah, so. I know about Aang, but I don't like the full extent of his powers. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but when it comes to Edward Elric, I am a huge fan of the series. I've watched both 2003 and Brotherhood, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually do prefer 2003 more than I do with Brotherhood. Simply because it feels more realistic and stuff like that. I mean, I did make a video about that too, like saying as to why as to what 2003 did bad than Brotherhood. So if you guys want to check out that video, please do. It's about how long. Anywho, who do I think is going to win this fight? I'm going to say I think it's going to be Aang. So because I mean, I know about like the Avatar state and all that stuff, but when it comes to Edward Elric, I mean, it doesn't have like any big massive powers like Aang does. So Aang's definitely going to win this one. So with that said and done, let's get to watching. So this is excuse me. So this is just give me a little bit around the back there. There we go. Okay. So this is Aang versus Edward Elric in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Have you heard of hymns? They're all about making you
Hymns.
look and feel good.
How about hers?
Thanks to science, baldness can be optional because Hims is here to help. 4hims.com is your one-stop solution for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men.
Get started with the complete hair kit for just $5 right now while
This
supplies
is
last
fun.
and subject to doctor approval. See their
You know
website for full
what?
details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went
It's
to
going to
another
give me some
doctor or
spoilers from the
pharmacy.
series,
So
but
go
you
to
know what?
forhims.com
As soon as I see
/deathbattle.
more of
That's
more of like of the series of the comics,
forhims.com/deathbattle.
and see what happens to Azula, I'll watch the series. You know what? I mean, it's been like years and years, so I don't mind the spoilers.
The elements make up every aspect of the world we live in, and no average person can tame them.
But somehow these kids can master them with a vengeance.
Like Aang, the Avatar.
And Edward Elric, the Fullmetal Alchemist. He's whiz and I'm
Oh, please do
boomstick.
And
Aang
it's our
first. Please
job to
do Aang
analyze
first.
their
Please do
weapons,
Aang first.
armor,
Please
and
do Aang
skills
first.
to
Please do
find out
Aang
who
first.
would win a death
Please.
battle.
Yes.
Water, earth, fire, air.
Heart.
Once the 4 nations lived in harmony, and some of their citizens could even learn to bend their nation's element. But only the Avatar could master all 4, and it's their duty to protect the balance between these nations.
And since there's always gotta be an avatar around, a new one is born whenever the last one dies.
But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Attempting to
Yeah.
conquer the other 3 nations, the Avatar would inevitably be their greatest obstacle.
Man, they'd even go after a kid?
Living among the air nomads, Aang was an energetic and dutiful 12 years
Date
old
of death,
when he
66.
learned of his destiny. He was the newest
Okay.
incarnation of the Avatar.
But he totally wussed out, ran away from home, and got frozen in ice for 100 years.
Seriously?
What the hell? That's not what I'd do if I found out I was an awesome elemental badass. I'd definitely find a way to make money off that.
Boomstick, he's 12. But running away actually saved his life, as the Fire Nation knew the next Avatar would be an air nomad and slaughtered them all in a horrific surprise attack.
Okay.
But the poor kid wouldn't be stuck in ice forever. He was eventually rescued by some new friends and began his quest to learn the other elements and save the world. And as an air nomad, he can really bend the wind to his will.
He can use air bending to create whirlwinds and tornadoes or slice through solid stone.
And he can fly.
Neat.
Whee!
Well, it's not exactly flying, Boomstick. What he actually does is manipulate the air currents to keep aloft. That's why he carries a glider, complete with snacks.
Oh, well, I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Whatever. If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's a duck. Or I guess flying avatar guy.
But ducks actually can fly. Anyway, Aang can use air in pretty much every
See,
aspect
airbending
of his
is
life.
another one.
Like for shields, increasing his speed, improving agility, adjusting his body temperature, and even focusing his breath to use as an attack.
After he
Huh,
learned
nice.
waterbending from Paku and Katara, Aang can make whips, knives, and literal tsunamis. Hey, I can do that too. Just give me a pool and watch this cannonball
Yeah,
fly.
I doesn't stand a chance.
I'm a
I mean,
waterbender.
Edward doesn't have a chance.
Waterbenders can also manipulate steam and ice.
Just like how I, the great waterbender Boomstick the Wet, will use my powers to swim through this frozen block.
You what?
Yep. Waterbending 101. You can be jealous.
Oh wow, I'm just bursting with envy.
Bending powers activate! Ha! Success!
Like airbending, waterbending requires a nearby source of water to use, like a pond or a filled bottle. The same goes for earthbending, which Aang learned from his mentor Toph.
Earthbending is all about throwing rocks at people and a bunch of other cool stuff, like making walls and earthquakes and causing the ground to swallow you up,
Neat.
which is kind of creepy, actually.
Last but certainly not least, Aang learned the art of firebending from his longtime rival, Prince Zuko. Unlike the other arts, firebenders can actually create fire to use at will.
Firebending is so goddamn powerful. It's even got the deadliest bending technique of all, shooting lightning.
Well, only the
Sharp
most
fire.
advanced firebenders can cast lightning, which is usually an instant kill move. While Aang never learned the move itself, he has learned how to redirect it through his body.
But even after learning the 4 elements, Aang got to meet one last master bender.
Who taught him the art of manipulating a person's life energy, the purest form of bending.
It's super dangerous though, and one mistake could tear up Aang's soul.
And with it, Aang defeated
Yeah,
the
this is one
Fire
side.
Lord and brought peace to the world at large.
Well, with that and with his super form, the Avatar State.
In the Avatar state, Aang's bending abilities grow immensely powerful. This is because the Avatar state lets Aang draw upon the power and wisdom of all previous Avatar incarnations. Though it
Oh,
is
this is
extremely risky,
gonna be
as dying while in the Avatar state ends the cycle of reincarnation permanently.
Why would he care if he's dead anyway? Whatever. The coolest thing about the Avatar State is it makes you glow like this.
Ooh.
Behold!
He's flashing.
How are you doing that?
Oh, I drank a bunch of glow sticks.
You need to go to the doctor, like right now.
My liver's processed way worse than this.
Well, with or without the Avatar state, Aang is plenty powerful. He has the ability to move gigantic stone columns and even carve canyons around an entire city.
Not only has he survived hits from earthbending kings and massive explosions, he threw this gigantic column of rock at the Fire Lord.
To get the column's mass, we compared Aang's height against it and determined it must weigh 9,500 tons.
Aang's super fast too. With airbending, he can run on water.
which, given his size, requires a movement speed of well over 67 miles
He's
per
the
hour.
fastest
He used
thing
airbending to block a giant column-destroying explosive attack from the best-named character on the show.
What?
Combustion Man!
And he's proven he could redirect lightning from the Fire Lord himself. Taking into account the distance between them and how far Aang's arm had to move to catch the lightning, he would have to react at least 155 times faster than sound.
He is pretty unused to violence, though. I mean, he's a vegetarian pacifist for crying out loud. But while he may seem like just a kid, Aang still saved the world and led it into a peaceful future. To him, bending is elementary.
Haha.
If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
Okay, here we go.
Alchemists of old once tried to turn lead into gold with not great results. But in the country of Amestris, the ancient science of alchemy is actually possible by using the Earth's natural energy to reshape the molecular structure of various objects.
Neat.
And by drawing a circle thingy.
A transmutation circle, which most alchemists use except for the youthful prodigy, Edward Elric.
Oh, what a little badass.
Careful, Boomstick.
18
He's a
years
bit
old.
touchy about his size.
Hey, if I lost my mom
Sis
like
notes
he
and
did,
bread
I'd get
crust.
mad at the little stuff too.
And
But
Gnostic.
Ed and his brother Alphonse figured they could bring her back with alchemy. So they went for it. But things went south real fast. You know
The
how people
first
say
one was
they give
good.
an arm and a leg for something?
The first
Well,
first
Ed
one was good when
literally
it comes to this
did,
one.
and poor Al lost his whole body. Luckily, Ed managed to stick his brother's soul in a suit of armor. But still, yikes.
This horrible experience has forever marked the two brothers. No one is meant to transmute the human soul, and the boys were lucky just to escape with their lives.
But he got something good out of it,
What?
like super secret knowledge, including how to do alchemy without a circle thingy. He just has to clap instead. So, worth it?
With these new abilities, Ed
Neat.
and Alphonse began their quest to restore their bodies. Specifically, they sought the incredible power of a Philosopher's Stone, believing it to be their only chance. Eventually, Ed joined the military, and thanks to his amazing potential, he was named by the Fuhrer the Fullmetal Alchemist.
What? Adolf Hitler?
Nah, it's just Bradley. He's okay. Until he isn't.
Spoilers! Also, since Ed lost a couple limbs, he got them replaced with automail.
Gate of
Kinda like
truth.
my leg.
Automail is made from incredibly durable metal, ranging from his original steel one
Ugh.
to a gas-powered one,
I don't
to
like
his
that sound.
best version consisting of a mix of aluminum and carbon. Apart from being durable metal prosthetics, Ed's automail limbs function just like normal ones. He can even reshape his arm as a weapon.
So he can
Awesome.
turn it into swords and saws and stuff, increase its durability by hardening its makeup, or turn it into an umbrella. Ah, truly a limb of many talents.
But at the end of the day, Ed's true talent lies not in sword fighting or umbrella holding, but the art of alchemy.
He can do all sorts of crazy things with all the elements. He can basically make anything he wants, like spears and shields.
So long as he follows the rule of equivalent exchange. Anything created with alchemy must have a source of equal value and cannot be made fundamentally different. For example, lead can be molded into a statue, but it cannot be turned into water. Other than that, there are three principles needed to use alchemy well: comprehension,
Which means you gotta understand what the thing you're using is made of.
destruction,
Breaking stuff down,
and reconstruction.
Ah.
putting stuff back together.
Ed is only limited by the materials at hand and his imagination. At his full potential, he can do almost anything. He can purify water, create ammonium gas from ammonium nitrate, repair entire houses, and transform a gun into a trumpet.
Don't you ever try and do that with any of my guns. Anyway, Ed's also learned destruction alchemy, which does exactly what you think it does, make a big ol' kaboom. Ed's used it to destroy stuff like automail, but it can also be used to explode people's heads.
Ouch.
So, using destruction alchemy, Ed should be able to destroy something like this on a molecular level.
Ha! Or you could just do that.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, with all of his abilities, Ed has done some incredibly impressive things.
Right, yeah.
Not only has he blocked gunfire from
Freeze
a Gatling
body.
gun after it
Destroyed
started firing, he's
Sis body.
dodged a pistol from nearly point-blank
Defeated
range,
greed with
and his
his-
automail arm even took
What?
a bite from a lion-headed chimera. It was totally fine.
Assuming this chimera has a similar bite force to that of a real lion, that means Ed's arm stood up to a force of 1,000 pounds per square inch.
He's created a gigantic cannon and then survived that cannon exploding while he was standing on it. And then he survived being on top of a huge boulder exploding too.
We can measure the boulder's explosion against Ed's size to get an approximate energy output. With a radius of 36 feet, this blast must have been equivalent to over 100 tons of TNT.
How's that for equivalent exchange, bitches? He also survived an explosion that took out most of a 10-story building.
Even apart from being tough, Ed has shown considerable strength when using alchemy.
Like when he created a gigantic golem to crush his opponent.
By measuring the size of the stone golem's thumb, comparing it to the size of the average human's thumb, and using that scale to estimate the size of
Eat
the
God
golem,
hammer.
that gives us an estimated weight of over 3,000 metric tons.
All this without any Philosopher's Stone, because it turns out those things are really, really messed up.
Right. Philosopher's Stones are extremely powerful and can be used in many different ways. Kimberly the Crimson Lotus Alchemist, for example, used one to create a massive explosion equal to 157 kilotons of TNT. However, it turns out that these stones are composed of imprisoned human souls. So Ed and Al vowed to avoid them on principle. Although Ed can boost his alchemic power in a similar manner by drawing on his own life force, increasing his potential at the cost of shortening his lifespan. But that's what Ed ultimately had to learn, what it truly means to let something go. And so he found another way to revive Al's body, sacrificing his own power for the sake of family.
Aw, what a nice guy. But all in all, so long as Ed knows what he's trying to transmute, he's an amazing force to be reckoned with.
Now let's go home. Together.
All right, the combatants are set. And we've
Okay,
run
come
the
on,
game
Edward.
through all possibilities.
But first, thanks to Blue Apron, I've become a food vendor.
By now, you've probably heard of Blue Apron, the leading meal kit delivery service in the U.S.
Choose your meals
phone.
each week, get the ingredients delivered to your doorstep, and whip up
I
a
am
meal
so
using
sick of
the
these things.
easy-to-follow directions provided.
It's a great way to get fantastic meals without having to worry about all that tedious prep work cooking at home usually requires.
And if you jump in now, you'll get some delicious summer choices like juicy burgers and tomato salsa.
Personally, this has been a fantastic way to get legitimately good meals into my busy weekly routine.
My favorite part is feeling like a master chef, making creative and delicious meals with my own hands. You guys really need to try it out.
It's pretty nice coming home knowing I'll have a delicious meal I can whip up with ease. To start making delicious, brag-worthy meals at home without the hassle, try Blue Apron.
Check out this week's menu and get $60 off at blueapron.com/battle. That's blueapron.com/battle.
Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
But right now, it's time for a death battle!
Here we go. A monkey.
Sorry, Momo. You're just too little.
Little! Who are you calling a pipsqueak, you stupid hairless kid?
Nobody?
I'll show you!
Holy crap baskets. Come on, Edward. I know Hang's got this, but I just can't help it. Oh, prep baskets.
You know, there are actually a lot of advantages to being short. Like, you'll never hit your head on door frames, and,
I'm still growing!
now I gotcha. Ah! Oh no! I'm sorry!
A classic misdirection. That's advantage Elric! Ha! Damn it!
Awesome.
How's this for small?
Uh-oh. I don't think we've ever seen that thing at fire.
What kind of alchemy is that?
Yeah, I know that meme.
I won't lose you again.
There you are.
Here we go.
Nice try, Shorty!
Come on. Come on. Come on, Edward.
Whew. Can't believe that worked.
Uh-oh. He's done. He's done. Oh.
This ends now.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
At least I'm taller than you.
Oh no.
Left me no choice.
Looks like Ed didn't have a leg to stand on. Or arm, I guess.
Ed may have been more quick-witted and inventive, and he certainly had more combat experience. But Aang's bending abilities were far more versatile and readily available than combat alchemy.
Yeah, I knew
cool stuff
he
like
would
cannons
lose
and
that one.
gun trumpets, but Aang was fast enough to react to lightning, which is way faster than dodging a measly bullet.
Recall how Ed survived an explosion that destroyed most of a 10-story building. By examining the size of the building and thus the
Man,
volume of the
that's-
conical
I was
explosion,
upset with
this
that.
blast must have equaled about 30 kilotons of TNT.
That's cool, but Aang did way more when he carved up a circle around that city.
I
in
just knew it.
Avatar
I
speed.
knew I knew
The
Aang was
force
going to win
blast
this one.
such a huge ravine around the city of Udao was a massive undertaking. By measuring the width, length, and depth of the affected area compared to the size of the city, we found it would take almost 160 kilotons of TNT to pull that off.
More than 5 times greater than Ed's best durability feat. So Aang definitely had the stuff to crush Ed's automail arm and the rest of him.
Granted,
Ouch.
Ed could reach this sort of power by sacrificing his life force. Remember Kimbley's explosion, the one empowered by a Philosopher's Stone, a blast worth 157 kilotons of TNT? That's almost identical to Aang's feat, and theoretically, Ed could have been capable of this level of power. Theoretically. However, a Philosopher's Stone uses many souls, while Ed could only draw from his one. Not to mention, drawing from his own life force meant his power-up had a very short and dangerous duration limit compared to the Avatar state, which has no such limit.
Fair.
Even so,
Fair.
Ed's tactics and creativity kept him in the fight, yet the Avatar's speed, power, and versatility was too much for him. Aang may be a pacifist in canon and would hardly kill anyone, but unleashing his full power is a sight to behold.
Just when Ed thought he had the hang of it, he alchemist the mark.
The winner is Avatar Aang. Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. If you want the battle music for yourself, you can get it by clicking the link down below.
And if you'd like to see some more battle and death, make sure to click the link over there.
Okay.
That's right.
I think I've done that one before. Okay, neat. That was good. Poor Hang. I really was hoping that he would win, but you know what? You can't win them all. I mean, come on. To be fair, come on. So, yeah, that was sad, but you know what? I totally get where they talk. I totally get where they're coming from. So, if there's anything you guys want me to react to, just leave in the comments below, and I'll get to the videos as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
And please don't forget to check out my other social medias. Please go and check out my alternative video platforms: Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Twitch, and please come and hang out on my Discord server. We can play games, have a movie night or a series night, or you can watch me play a few games. And if you guys have any suggestions of any videos you want me to react to, or any video ideas in general, you can tell me on my Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Gab, Getter, and Paula. I'm on Locals, Tumblr, Minds, and if you guys want to support me, please go and check out my Subscribestar. It's like Patreon, but better. All these things are in the description box below, so please go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.